and this one is actually they're working on a Predator animation.
And it's 3D, so hold on. Arvin, make sure to get your wet wipes.
I already saw the trailer, but that still goes to my point. Not every show or movie is going to be the best. How many times do I have to say that, bro?
I'm just saying, get your wet wipes.
Has the team or the budget to make the best looking thing, even when it comes to 3D, bro. I'm sorry, it's just not the reality.
I'm just saying, man, get your wet wipes because it's 3D. Because you got a hard on for 3D stuff.
God,
because I'm a 3D artist, I be saying it because you guys are almost biased almost every 3D thing we've
seen. I am not.
You guys be saying no to most of them. You guys be saying no unless it's the highest.
No, I am not.
No, you guys have literally. We can go back to multiple podcasts. If it's 3, you guys have said no to majority of them.
No,
let's say like Spider-Verse, like Guilty Gear level, bro. I'm being honest here.
That's not true.
They try, like I said, they try to imitate 2D and they're not doing it to the highest level. You're gonna be like, that's trash.
That's not true. What we've been saying is that the 2D, this is what we've both mostly been saying on the show, that when you have a 2D show and you implement 3D aspects in it, it's usually done very lazily. Now, even you would have to agree with that, Carbon.
I mean, yeah.
That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. It's not like we have this like intrinsic bias against 3D. Look, if it's 3D, it looks good. I want to say it looks good. In fact, I would prefer if you're going to do 3D, just make the whole thing 3D. Just make it look good. Batman Ninja did not look good. It looked like trash, like absolute trash. I'm sorry. Look like garbage. Whereas that new thing, Hero X or whatever, I'll even say this. I'm not a big fan of how the 3D Clone Wars looks. But I have to give him credit. It looked a lot better near the end of the series than it did when it first began. Yeah,
because me and G-Flux actually went and saw the movie in the theaters.
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
It was horrible. It
was horrible. Again, like I think with 3D, I think what happens is people get lazy. And they forget, like, hey, I think so. I think what happens, because, look, you still have to style. You have to make some kind of style. Like, love it or hate it, Pixar made a style. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the easy style to do. Like the 3D programs are built around that style. If you try to do tune chain or stylize, because you have to break the engine to make it look that way. Like the default engines in 3D are not designed to do the kind of stuff that.
But we also know because they were limited with the technology they had, but it's still they use the techniques and the technology they did have to create a particular looking style, and they stuck with it. And overall, it looks pretty good. I'll give you another good example. Remember that show called, was it called Reboot?
Mm-hmm.
Like now, I guess you look at it, looks like trash. But back then, I'll have to say, like, I like what they did. I liked.
It was away. I mean, it was a good story and everything.
Yeah, they had limitations, but they created a certain style with those limitations. Now it's like you have all the tools at your disposal, and you got $18 million, and you create Batman Ninja. Like what? What's going on?
Well, give me the $18 million. You want something to look like trash?
Yeah, what's going on? That's all we're saying. It's like, just because you make something in 3D, just because something's hard, doesn't mean we're not going to critique it. It looks like shit. I'm sorry, it looks like shit. I'm not going to say it's okay. It looks like garbage. Anyway, let's move on to this. I actually haven't seen this trailer yet. Before we continue, there's one thing I want to say about just that one shot and why I already like it despite it being 3D. Like, you could tell they took frames out to give it more of like a claymation or 2D look. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing, like, people are having fun with it and experimenting with it now. They could have done that in the past, They really could have actually done it. That's not some new technique you could have used. But they weren't being creative. Why? They were being freaking lazy. Being lazy, This already looks better than Batman Ninja. like light years ahead. Oh.
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster. us all.
Right. I'd say that looked pretty good, man. So what is it going to be, like an anthology type of series, where you like each episode takes place in a different part of time when the predators come in and mess with somebody? Yep. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. You could tell Spider-Verse movies have really inspired a lot of people to push the envelope on this, because this, again, this kind of reminded me of the To Be Your Hero X type of look, where they're merging 3D and 2D, but it's mostly 3D. Yeah, man, it looks good. What'd you guys think?
I like it. I'm a fan of the Predator franchise, but I do like it, and I like the fact that they're actually moving forward without moving forward. Expanding anything that expands lore is I'm always a fan of. And to be honest, I have to agree with you. What you said about all the 80s and 90s movies, they always some of them just need to die. But as long as they can try to find something fresh to keep it moving, I'm all for it. At least try. A lot of these studios don't even try anymore. They just say, "Oh, well, this formula worked before. Let's put it back."
Yeah, I've said it before. I think concepts like Predator and Alien, you can get away with getting maybe 2 good movies, maybe a third movie by kind of like going back to the first movie and kind of basically redoing it with new characters. But once the mystery is over, it's kind of like, all right, well, you're just rehashing the same old territory, and that's what I fear about this right here. If I did watch something like this, it would just be to see how good they do the animation and the artwork. Because I don't think there's really any room left. I don't think there's any stories left to tell with this.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, with the last Predator movie, not the last one, not Prey, but the one before that, though, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Predator, the Predator. I feel that they had meat on the bone. They just executed it poorly. Like they're like basically gearing up for a war between the humans and the predators, and then it did so badly and it was so poorly executed and poorly received that they didn't have any room to move on to. So for them to be able to try again and go back to the drawing board, I'm all for it.
Well, that's what I think. I don't think there's any place to move to. Where are you going to move to? A war between humans and predators? I mean, how is that even going to play out? It's not even the same type of movie at that point.
I know. But like you said, we already know what the predators are about. They come in here to hunt and the greatest prey. They've done that. We've seen that.
That's my point, though. Was like that's the most interesting part, is that you didn't know what it was, what was doing it, what his motivation was. And so that's what I say. After the second movie, you kind of know what the creature is. The mystery's gone. Where else can you go? Where else can you go with this?
If I remember correctly, in the Predator, they were trying to sit one of the predators that was a hybrid that had human DNA, and they were going to try to convert Earth into another predator planet. But I could be wrong.
Listen to how ridiculous that is.
Yeah, man.
You want to see a movie based on that?
Yeah, not really.
That's so far away from what the first 2 Predator movies were. That made it so interesting and compelling. That's what I'm saying. Like, let it die. Let it die. Again, I think this looks good, but go ahead.
It's not really anything to say against what you're about to say. I just got to say, Danny Glover is the greatest Predator protagonist there is.
I like that second Predator movie. I know some people don't like it, but I actually really like that second.
Man, I love that movie. Mr. Harry was my hero. All right, who's next? But
Carbon, what'd you think of the trailer?
I mean, looks good. I mean,
would you
give it?
Huh?
Hey, I G-Flux, I honestly think because we're not ragging on this movie, he doesn't have anything to say. And when we said, man, the 3D sucks. Oh well, they got to try. You know, they got this type of budget. You know, this. I just think he would have been on one.
A whole lot to say. I mean, it looks good. Man, what do you want me to say?
Would you
like? I've never been crazy about Alien versus Predators. I was like,
yeah, I would say I was. About to ask, would you even bother watching something like this?
Not really. I mean, I've never been crazy about the Alien versus Predator movies, so it's like.
Well, this is an Alien versus Predator.
It looks good, but I'm like,
this isn't Alien versus Predator. This is just Predators, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I really think they're trying to let they're still trying to push another Alien movie.
Man, Alien's dead, bro. That franchise is dead. Alien is scary no more, man.
Yeah, I agree. They need to stop. Just stop.
You need to make an Alien or something, because I'm like, the Xenomorph isn't scary no more. I'm sorry. You can't scare nobody with that, bro. I mean, that's a child's toy at this point. As Xenomorph.
Those last I didn't see the last movie, but the last two movies that Ridley Scott directed, they were horrible. They were so bad.
Prometheus and what's it? Covenant.
Yeah, Prometheus and Covenant. Those movies were terrible. They were just I mean, and I like Ridley Scott. He's one of my favorite directors, but those movies were awful. He's definitely lost his touch. He needs to retire. I mean, the guy's in his 80s. You know what I'm saying? I heard the last Gladiator movie was trash. You know, he just needs to retire.
Well, it was, like I said, the only thing that was good about it was Denzel. But that's Denzel. I hate to say it, he might play the same character in every one of his movies, but he's good in every one of his movies.
I wasn't a big fan of the first Gladiator movie, but
you absolutely hated that movie.
Yeah, I did when it first came out. Like after rewatching it for that show we did, I gained some more respect for it. But overall, I just don't think it's that great of a movie. But yeah, I think Predator and Alien need to die. We need some new horror icons. There's plenty of stories out there. They need to take a chance. I like the look of this, but I don't know if I'll be watching it. It just doesn't interest me. I'm gonna let you watch it, Demetrius, and you tell me if it's good.
Why I gotta be tested?
Huh?
I gotta be.
Oh, I thought you were gonna watch it.
I will, but I'm just saying I don't want to be the guinea pig for it.
Oh yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, you're the guinea pig. I like how it looks. Like it looks good, but I wish they would have used this energy and talent on something more compelling. Yeah, that's just me. Maybe it's good. Maybe they will do some interesting stuff, and be much better than what I think it is. But I don't know if I'm gonna waste time watching it. Yeah.
Lucid Studio.